What's up, Facebookers? It's me, Miss T, Miss Thomas, coming to you live. First things first, let's get into this order of business. The living above average pens are in. Those of you who do not know what this is, everybody was driving me crazy last year. They wanted one of these so bad, so got an idea. Contest. All right, that's how we gonna do it. There's two ways you can get this pen. Okay. Way number one: post your report cards. I want to see report cards on my Facebook wall. Okay. And what I want to see is, I'm looking for, of course, president's list, straight A's, honor roll, A's and B's, but I'm also looking for improvement. So if you show me a picture of your, let's say, your progress report, and then I see your report card standing next to it, and you've made an improvement, you just got your name put in the raffle. And what a raffle is, for those of you who don't know, is I put your name into the raffle, I pull a ticket out, and whoever gets that ticket wins. I'm gonna pull 3 every quarter. Okay, so post those progress reports, post those report cards. You get a living above average pen. You may be the winner. Okay. Number 2, you can buy it, $3 a pen. However, I don't sell these pens to everybody. Okay, if you want a pen, you are making a commitment. Okay, whether you win it or buy it. Living above average is a movement, and the whole saying is living above average, raising a generation of winners. Okay, I want you to play to win, in the sense of going to school. When you go to school, winning is good grades. Winning is having a winning attitude. Okay, so it's one thing that you get good grades, but I'm talking about a total package. Okay, someone say something to you, and winning attitude, someone say something bad to you that you don't like. A winning attitude is being confident and humble enough to suck it up. Like somebody comes to you and push you, you don't have to push them back, because the average person would just push them back. But doing the right thing means you're living above average. You're living according to a higher standard. Okay? How many different people talk bad about our leaders of this world? The Barack Obamas of this world, the Michael Jordans of this world. You know how many different people have bad things to say about those people, but they don't say anything back. You know why? Because they're winners. Winners don't have to talk. They let their success talk. And that's crazy. That's all you gotta do. Let your success talk. People gonna get mad all day, every day. Might say something to you, but let your success talk. Let your wins talk. Be a winner. So let me take these shades off, because it's about to get real. First things first. I want to start by shouting out my man Laquan Garvey. He wrote this sign for me. It says school to prison pipeline. Okay, so I'm going to school you about what that is. What a school to prison pipeline is this. You know what a school is, and you know what a prison is. And what a pipeline is, it usually transports something for the purpose of controlling it. So transports means it moves it for the purpose of controlling. So if it's a school to prison pipeline, the purpose is to control certain things in the school and move it into what? The prison. So the way it works is this. If your 3rd grade test scores are not performing at a certain standard, they add a bed to a prison cell, or they predict that they're going to have to add a bed to the prison cell. So if you have 50 failing scores in the 3rd grade, they're going to assume that there will be 50 new beds in the prison cell. Okay? So this is just schooling you about what people's opinions may be of you sometimes. Okay? And because you live in a certain community, a certain neighborhood, they predict that this is where you're going to go. Okay? Another part of that. Part number 2. Okay? When you make bad decisions, in school, or even, well, let's say in school for the sake of this argument, instead of them dealing with it in school, they're going to start dealing with it with the police officers for the purpose of moving the what they consider bad seeds or bad apples out and into the prison cells. Okay? So I'm telling you this just to educate you on how important education is, and also how important it is to live your life above average or above what people say about you. Okay? So I'm going to explain something to you. Albert Einstein. So interesting. Albert Einstein, for those of you who don't know, he was a genius. Something interesting about Albert Einstein is when he was 4 years old, he couldn't talk. Now, how many of you could talk at 1 and 2 and 3 years old? So already, you're a genius to me. You should be a genius to you. You were talking before Albert Einstein. Okay? And at 7, it wasn't until he was 7 and a half that he could even read. Okay? So let's say at 7 years old, we had this school to prison pipeline, and he took this standardized test. He would have probably failed it because he can't read, right? And he's only been talking for 3 years because he started talking at 4 and he's now 7. So according to this school to prison pipeline, Albert Einstein would have a bed in prison, right? So which brings me to my first point. Believe in yourself. I'm not saying believe what your teachers say, believe what your parents say, believe what this person says, that person says. You can't depend on people, okay? You can't, because people have emotions, and sometimes they're sad, sometimes they're happy, and sometimes what they say to you may be a reflection of how they're feeling that day and not be a reflection of who you actually are, okay? So belief. Let me tell you what belief means. Crazy definition, right? When I say believe in yourself, belief is knowing something although you cannot prove it, or there is no proof at that time. So yes, you're 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, and you telling someone, I am the president of the United States, or I want to be the president of the United States. They may laugh at you. In fact, let me tell you an interesting story. When I was in kindergarten, you know, when you first come from school, the teacher goes around the room and says, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you want to be when you grow up? And around the room, everyone said, you know, baseball player, football player, doctor, lawyer. They said all that. And then I was the last person, of course. And I said the president. And my teacher looked at me and she laughed because she thought I was joking. And she asked me to give her a second choice, as if like this was an impossible thing to believe, that I would be the president. Oh, give us another one. Go ahead, give us another one. So that's how people think. Those are what I call small-minded people. Okay? Small-minded people can't think big. I want you to think big. I want you to think outside of Patterson, outside of Newark, outside of New Jersey, outside of the United States, outside of what you see, because belief is not what you see. It's not what you see, like as in you see in front of you physically. When you believe something, you believe it as if it's there, even though it's not. So I give you another example. I heard, you guys may not know him, it's T.D. Jakes. He was talking about how he was on a plane with a guy, one of his guys from the band, and he's on the plane and he's behind the seat of somebody and he's beating on their chair, and like he's really into it. And people are annoyed looking at him like, what is his problem? He's annoying me. He doesn't know what he's doing. Is he this? Is he that? But you know what's crazy? He had belief. He believed that those were drums. So everybody around you and everybody around him couldn't see the set of drums that he saw and heard in his mind, but he saw it. So therefore they were there. You need to see your dreams. You need to believe your dreams. You cannot prove it. You cannot touch it right this second. But when you believe it to be true, then it's true. Okay? Another thing about belief. Now, we talked about the first part of belief, okay? And you saying, I believe I will be this, or I am this. I am a doctor. I am a millionaire. I am amazing. I am great. Okay? You say all of these things, everything after I am will find you. I promise you that. So if you say I am fat, fat is going to find you. I am stupid, stupid is going to find you. So remember, whatever follows I am is. So you need to start saying I am a millionaire. I am changing this world for the better. I am great. Okay? So important. So the first thing was belief. Belief in yourself. So the thing about belief is it's to think as though it is. Okay? So although you can't see it and you can't prove it, and other people can't see it and other people can't prove it, and most times other people won't see it and won't prove it, you have to believe it. And that's what's most important. The second part of belief is an action. Okay? So belief, first the thought, although you can't see it, you believe it, but then it's an action. You cannot believe, honestly believe, that you are a doctor or you are a president, but you're skipping school. Presidents don't skip school. Millionaires don't skip school. Okay? These people don't say negative things to people. They don't do things like that. And even if you know somebody who does, is that living your life above average? Do you want to be like the rest of the millionaires? Do you want to be like the rest of the people who are insulted people? Let me tell you something. When you talk bad about people, you're small-minded. You have a small mind. You see only bad. You need to see the good in people. That is what separates you from the rest. It is easy to say bad things about people. So easy. And if you do in life what's easy, life will be hard in the future. If you're doing life what's hard now, life later will be easy for you. Okay? So the two things you learned about belief in yourself. It's first a thought and second an action. The thought and things that you can't necessarily see and most people won't see around you. And then if you actually honestly believe that thing, you will then act as if it already is done. Okay? And last but not least, my third point that I didn't even mean to add to this, because I just wanted you to understand how important it is to believe in yourself. But anything after I am is. So I am making a pact and choice to live my life above average. I am making an impact on this world. I am not distracted by the things that goes on in life. I am great. Don't forget the contest. I want to see those report cards. Oh, extra, before I forget. A lot of you keep coming to me with some problems and things that's going on in your life. Keep them coming. What I'm going to start doing is I'm going to pull one a day. So just post it in my message box, not publicly, not for everybody to see. Post me a message, and if you got a question or you got a problem you want to deal with, I'll pick one a day, and I will answer any questions you have or anything you got going on with friends or whatever. Anything you need help with, let me know. I'll hook you up on my show. Thank you, and of course, love you all.